Hello everyone, welcome to Scholar Labs, a unique virtual platform that brings science experiments to life through immersive 3D augmented reality and engaging content. Our simulations ignite curiosity and enhance classroom experiences, crafted by expert teachers and accessible on all devices without special equipment. Today, I will be taking you through the simulation reproduction in plants. In this simulation, you will get familiar with various modes of reproduction in plants. This I button on the top right corner of your screen will take you through the objective of this simulation and also guide you on how to run it for better understanding of the concept. There are several ways by which plants reproduce their offsprings. These are categorized into two types, that is asexual and sexual reproduction. You must have thought that new plants always grow from seeds. But have you ever seen the seeds of sugarcane, potato, or rose? Do you know how these plants reproduce? Let's find out by clicking on this tab. In asexual reproduction, new plants are obtained without the production of seeds. So, no flowers are required in this method. On the right side of your screen, you can see several methods of asexual reproduction in plants. Click on these tabs one by one to know more about them. Let's find out what happens in vegetative propagation. In this type of asexual reproduction, new plants are produced from the vegetative parts of the plant, that are roots, stems, leaves, and buds. Indulge yourself in an activity to propagate sugarcane by cutting it into four different ways. Observe how each cut is different and see for yourself the correct propagation technique. You can use these buttons to select the best possible view of the pots. Click on the pots one by one to see how they are being cut. This virtual demonstration of vegetative propagation of sugarcane provides a clear and interactive understanding of the topic. Observing this process directly is usually challenging. Scholar lab simulations speed up the growth observations, and what normally takes months in real life happen in just minutes here. Now, select the pot in which you think that the plant will propagate. Let's see if you have selected the right one or not. Zoom in to see how propagation occurs by using the zoom slider on the bottom left corner of the screen. Go back to the main screen to explore the other methods. Click on fragmentation. In this method, the plant breaks up into two or more fragments, and each fragment grows into a new individual. This type of asexual reproduction is usually seen in algae. To have a better understanding of this topic, kindly refer to another simulation, that is modes of reproduction. The next method is spore formation. Spores are asexual reproductive bodies surrounded by hard protective cover to withstand unfavorable conditions like high temperature, low humidity, etc. But under favorable conditions, the spores germinate and tend to grow into new plants. Let's observe spore dispersal process in a fern plant. Click on the plant and select the best possible ways in which you think that the spores are dispersed. You can select multiple options. Click on Submit to see the correct mechanism and reasons behind it. Another method of asexual reproduction is budding, wherein a new plant is developed from an outgrowth known as bud. With Scholar Virtual Lab, You can also conduct an experiment to observe the process of budding in yeast cells. To start with, click on the beaker of lukewarm water to pour it in a petri dish. Add a pinch of sugar in the petri dish by clicking on the sugar bowl. Now, put a spoonful of yeast in the petri dish. Click on the stirrer to mix the solution. Have a look at the timer. This experiment is quite time consuming. Its typical wait time is around 1 hour. However, with Scholar Virtual Lab, it can be performed in a very short time due to its time lapse feature. Scholar Virtual Lab is fully committed to satisfy the scientific passion of students, allowing them to conduct various experiments easily, regardless of time or place. Here we go. The yeast cells are ready to be seen under the microscope. Put a few drops of solution on the slide by clicking on the dropper. Click on the slide to cover it with the cover slip and observe it under the microscope by clicking on this eye button. You can see multiple yeast cells here. Click on the highlighted cell to see how a yeast cell looks like. Click on this button to see the events that follow. You can see a small bulb-like projection coming out from the yeast cell. It is called a bud. Observe how a nucleus of the parent divides and the bud gradually grows and detaches itself from the parent cell to form a new yeast cell. Click here to go back to the main screen. The other method of reproduction in plants is sexual reproduction, where male and female gametes fuse to form new individual. The process of fusion of gametes is known as fertilization. Flowers are the parts of plant involved in sexual reproduction. The male gametes, that is, pollen grains, are produced by anthers, whereas female male gametes, that is, ovules, are produced in pistil. The transfer of pollen from the anther to the stigma of a flower is called pollination. Now the question arises as to how this pollination occurs. Let's find out through a quiz. Select any pollinating agent from below. Carefully watch the scenario and answer a few questions. You can also replay the animation or take the quiz. Answer whether the pollination will occur in this scenario. Select the reason as to why it happened or didn't happen. As soon as you answer the question, you will get your score and see the correct answers. Try to repeat this activity with other pollinating agents as well. Our built-in quizzes provide immediate feedback to students, helping them to gauge their understanding and identify areas for improvement. Click on Finish. For the process of fertilization, Refer to the simulation modes of reproduction. Click on Seed Dispersal to take a quiz. Select the dispersal mechanism and the type of seeds that are dispersed through the selected mechanism. Click on this question mark to get some information on the characteristics of the seed. Submit your answers to see the result. Do not shy away from trying it one more time by clicking on Try Again. You can also click on Show Answers to see the correct answers. Now click on Finish. Thanks for watching.